Name: Brian Malloy. 6/21/2198. History of New Earth. Grade 10 midterm exam. The Vampiric War of 2075. Open response questions. Question 1. Who discovered the world's first vampiric entity? What were its characteristics? Dr. Baker Storm Havsling discovered the creature deep in Lecugila Cave in New Mexico. An earthquake destroyed the layers of rock that kept it hidden for thousands of years, until it infected the doctor's assistant, Lucille Watanre. She became a vampire. Some of the ancient myths were true and some were not. They cannot die unless exposed to sunlight or beheaded, but they are not sexy, intelligent monsters that old films portrayed. They are mindless, bloodthirsty creatures that seek out and kill all nearby humans. Question 2. How was this entity weaponized? Vampire Lucille was brought to an underground army facility and chained up tight. Humans were brought into her cell to be bitten and subsequently transformed into monsters. These monsters packed into giant airplanes wearing self-activating parachutes. The planes would fly over enemy territories and release the creatures into their airspace. Can you imagine when those terrorists look up to see thousands of vampires parachuting down upon them, immune to their artillery, with no thought other than to brutally mutilate all life? What were the tactical advantages of this new weapon? The vampires would destroy entire villages, ravage cities, and terrify entire countries. Federation leaders would drop them at dusk, so they had the whole night to cause destruction. This was also a tactical advantage, as they can see in the dark. By the time sun rays came, most if not all of their work would be complete. The sun would eradicate all of the zombies, thereby containing them to the predetermined killing radius. The closer to dusk they are dropped, the larger the potential radius. The mindless creatures had no idea they needed to hide from the sun's deadly rays. Federation troops could then sweep in and accept the surrender of any who survived. They would not be shot, but taken prisoner for reasons listed below. What were the moral and ethical responsibilities of Federation leaders in creating this weapon? War is justified when it protects the freedom of the righteous Federation. Terrorism must be eradicated at all costs, lest the world fall back into the Shadow Age. The weaponization of vampires is less destructive than nuclear weaponry, and costs much less than full-scale invasions. It is morally sound as long as the right people are turned. At first, criminals were the only ones who were turned and weaponized, which also saved the expensive prison overcrowding issues and acted as an effective deterrent to committing crimes. However, prisoners of war were then put into the transformation chambers, acting again as a deterrent. It was using our enemies against themselves, a kind of recycling program. This lowered the body count of our Federation soldiers significantly. Ethics and morality is maintained as long as no free Federalist citizens are turned.